I can just say start streaming.
Yeah, go ahead, stop.
Okay, hey everybody, it's Savvy Tech Girl, and it is virtual Savvy Tech Girl. We're here for our first main episode of Savvy Live with Friends for technical support and computer basics. Hey, so here we go. I already see one of our supporters, Smeek, and looks like we have a few people stopping by. So everybody say hi to Virtual Savvy. Hey, Virtual Savvy.
Hello, people, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm loving that.
So you're here for the show.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of things would you what kind of things would you like to learn?
Well, kitty stuffy.
How about what a computer hard drive is?
I know how to do that. I can show you.
You can show me?
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Could you show me what a computer hard drive is?
I can't. I have to ask my mother.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what a computer hard drive is, and we're also going to talk about the internet, and we're going to talk about safety when you're on the internet. That's pretty important these days. And I have my little buddy here. Let's name him. So he's going to be in the show every week. See him waving? He's saying hi.
Hi, little tiny guy.
What should we name him? I think we should ask the kids. Maybe we'll ask...
Let's get the guys to answer that.
Yeah, let's get the kids. Come on, kids, let's name. Let's name this little guy. He's going to be here every week. He's going to be helping us out. And then Virtual Savvy, obviously, on this side is going to be helping us out. I sure do like my hair in Virtual Savvy much better than Real Savvy. I can tell you that much. So, kids, we're going to talk about Facebook. We're going to talk about lots of stuff. And today I just want to talk about the different types of computers that are out there. A lot of times everybody forgets that there's more than just laptops and desktop computers. So to name a few, we have a desktop computer. Did you know about the desktop computer, Virtual Savvy?
Oh, yeah. I love desktop computers.
They're great. They're used more at home, maybe for playing some games and things like that. We have
I use iPad all the time.
iPads. Yes, we have iPads as well. So they're types of computers, and we would call them a tablet. So they're a type of tablet. Liv says Peter Pop. That's a great name for him. So here we go.
Ooh,
This
Peter Pop, yeah.
Peter Pop. So everybody welcome Peter Pop, please. Hey, Peter Pop. Hi, Peter Pop. And then, so we have desktop computers, we have iPads, so they're tablet computers, and then we have laptops. You know what a laptop is?
Yeah.
That got the name, obviously, because people put them on their laps when they're using computers. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then, what else do we have? Is there any other types that you can think of? What about these phones that we use? These iPhones?
Yeah,
Smartphones! There you go, you got it. So smartphones, they're also a type of computer. And a lot of people say, why are they so expensive? Because they're just little tiny computers, guys. This here is a tiny computer, right? So that's a smartphone. And then we also have gaming systems. So if anybody has a PlayStation, that type of thing, they're also computers. Anybody out in our chat room know of any types of computers?
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush? So Candy Crush is a type of game that you play on a computer.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's who likes Candy Crush? I've
Yeah,
never.
I love the crush candies.
I've only played Candy Crush a couple of times. I bet there's some kids out there that know exactly how to play all those types of games.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
One time I played and I paid a lot of money. That was a bad idea on Candy Crush.
No. Did you spend your mom and dad's money?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh no. So kids, you need to remember that. You need to remember that when you're online, if you're buying things, it costs a lot of money. So I would make sure that our parents keep a very close eye on what you're doing when you're on the internet, okay? So whether you're on your smartphones or your iPads or your like any type of tablet, make sure you talk to your parents first before you're playing all those games, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I learned my lesson then.
Oh, I bet you did. I know somebody that spent a lot of money last month on a telephone call, and they had over $600 to pay their parents. So you got to be very careful.
Ooh.
Very careful. So do we have any friends in our chat room that have any questions? So we've named a few types of computers. We've named smartphones, desktops, laptops, tablets, gaming systems. So they're types of computers as well. Anybody else have any other ideas? There's things called a server. Servers are big, big computers that companies use.
Massive ones.
Massive computers. Things like servers would be used for things like Netflix. They would have big servers, or web pages would have. These companies have huge servers, so that's also another type of computer. Right? So we've named a few computers. And do any of the kids have any of their own computers? I know we have a few kids watching the show right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple out there. Let me see. I think I have a few little friends in here that want to maybe help us out.
Oh, we have Hi-Fi there. He's that kid.
Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi's a kid. Hey, Hi-Fi.
Hi, Hi-Fi.
How are you? You know who wants to stop by? Cookie Monster.
Really? Oh, look, Cookie Monster's there. Hello,
Cookie Monster. There he is. Hey, Cookie.
Hi, Cookie.
How are you? So Cookie Monster's stopping by. He likes to eat the computers.
Oh, I like to eat him.
He likes to eat them for sure. So now inside. Hey, what about calculators? Are calculators computers?
Oh, I can do 1 times 1 on it.
They are computers, right?
But 2 plus 2 is equals 4, right?
That's right. And that's what you would use a calculator for. Right? So they're also computers as well. And then I think I have a mini computer here. Let's take a look at a mini computer. So a computer has, no, that's not a computer. Let me see. I must have a mini computer around here.
Come on, real savvy.
Let me see. Oh, I found a mini computer.
Ooh.
So we have a question out here. So Jackson, hi Jackson. Jackson would like to know how a touch screen works. And that's a fantastic question, Jackson. So this is a little mini computer, guys, by the way. This is called a Raspberry Pi, and it's a little tiny computer. Right, look at that. So you can do lots of things with these, and we'll talk about those.
I like that.
So, Virtual Savvy, do you know how to do, or how a touch screen works?
Oh, yeah, you touch it with your hand.
Right, so when you touch it with your hand, it knows where your finger's touching, right?
Oh, it has things called sensors.
Sensors, that's right. So it has little tiny sensors inside, and they actually call it a digitizer. So when your finger touches those little sensors, and they're teeny, teeny, tiny, so when you look at even a smartphone screen, so I've got my smartphone here, if you look at it under a certain light, you will see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tiny little squares and dots. And those are, like Virtual Savvy said, they are sensors. So when you touch the sensor, your screen knows, just like the mouse. So think about when you have a mouse and you move the mouse and you click on something. It's the same thing. Your finger becomes the mouse. And when it touches the digitizer and the little sensor, your computer says, oh, wait a minute, I know exactly where you are, and that's where it puts the cursor. So does that make any sense, Jackson? Maybe I'll make a video.
Jackson, I think Jackson likes it.
You think so? Are you out there, Jackson? Did that help you at all? I bet it did. Jackson is a very technical young boy that I am hoping one day will star on our show. Wouldn't that be great? I would love it if he came on the show.
Oh, everybody's pressing the thumbs up. They love this show.
Yay! Thumbs up, everybody. So yes, I think Jackson said that helps him. So when you have a touch screen, remember that it's a big digitizer. Okay, so it's got all these little tiny, teeny tiny sensors in there, and they're tiny little dots. And when you touch the dot, that's where the computer knows where the mouse is. And then that's how it works. So there's now touch screens for computers, for laptops, for tablets, for iPhones, smartphones. And just remember, if you drop them, they're very expensive to fix, kids. I actually have one. I have one right here, guys. I could show it to you. So sorry for the noise. Hang on a second. I'm fixing one this weekend. So I can show you here we go. It's a screen for an iPad, guys. So you're gonna look right through it because I've got a green screen going here. So this is an iPad screen, okay? So very, very thin, tiny, tiny. And on the back, you can see that it's got some connections. Obviously, that's upside down. There you go. So that's where the camera would go. And this part here is where the digitizer and the LCD. The digitizer is actually the glass on the front. And there's teeny tiny sensors in there. So that's what that's...
This is where I press my button.
Yeah, see,
that's
right. That's where you touch it, right?
Yeah.
And that's an iPad screen. So these do cost a lot of money, guys. Oh, that's my dog, and that's Pippa. Say hi to Pippa, everybody. Barking in the background.
Hi!
So that is an iPad screen, and they cost a lot of money, kids. So make sure you don't drop your iPads, okay? What other questions do we have? What is a hard drive? So a lot of people say my hard drive is my main computer desktop, but it actually isn't. A hard drive is a part that's inside your desktop computer or your laptop. We have a question. How does a green screen work? I think that would be a good question to talk about right now. What do you think, Virtual Savvy?
That's a good thing. Yeah. I love to share.
Okay, so I think Virtual Savvy would be able to tell us how a green screen works.
Oh dear.
No?
Okay. Oh no, it's fine. Virtual screen is like a screen that goes behind you. Oh, sorry, not virtual screen. Green screen is like a screen that goes behind you. You blend it in within your Chrome key software, and the software basically removes all the links behind you.
Right. So now I'll explain it in kids' terms. How's that sound?
Oh, sorry.
So what happens is you put a color behind you. So it could either be green or you can even use blue as well. And you take your video and behind you you have all the green. So you need to make sure you don't wear anything green. Okay, so that's the key. So I'm wearing red, and if you had a blue screen, don't wear blue. And you take a video, and then you select the green color, and you make the green disappear. Okay, so the green, anything that's green or has green in it, it all goes away. So the only thing you see is the picture behind you, and if I were wearing green, then my shirt wouldn't show up, and I would be invisible. So see my hair at the top? Where right now it's a little bit, you can see through my brain. See? Woo! That's because there's color in, that's right, there's color in my hair that is matching the green screen, so it's making it disappear. So that's all it does. It just takes anything that is the green color, makes it disappear, so you only see the image behind. Okay? Now, we can actually do a show sometime, or I'll do a video that shows the setting up of a green screen so you can understand better how it works. But that's all it's doing. It's picking the color green and it's making green disappear, and then your picture behind shows up. So I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but hopefully it does. I think Cookie Monster may just be a little bit confused about that. What do you think, Cookie? Oh, I don't understand.
Cookie's excited.
I don't understand.
Can I eat him?
Oh, no. Let's have Mickey Mouse, too. Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey.
Mickey
Hello,
Mouse. Who likes Mickey?
I like Mickey.
Yay, Mickey. So that's how a green screen works. So I don't know if that helps people or not, but that's how they work anyway. So a hard drive, we have different parts inside of a computer. So we have the outside shell. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if it's a laptop, doesn't matter if it's a desktop or a smartphone. We have an outside shell. And then we have a hard drive inside. So a hard drive holds all the information that's in your computer. So anytime you play a game, it's in there. And do I have a hard drive? I probably have a hard drive somewhere. I'll have to find one. So it holds all your information, okay? And all your files, all your photos, everything's on the hard drive. Then there's also something in the computer, and I don't know if Virtual Savvy knows about this, but it's called memory. Did you know about that?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you, how do we upgrade it?
Oh, how to upgrade the memory. What happens when you buy a computer is it'll have memory already in it, and there's a maximum amount of memory that a computer can have. So depending on the type of computer you have, depends on how much memory that you have. What does memory do? Well, memory holds the information that you're currently working on in storage so you can get to it quickly. Because when we work with computers, we have this much information that we're using. A lot of information, right? But we only want to watch a video. So RAM, that's right, memory, random access memory. So when we watch a video, we only want to watch this little tiny piece over here. So what it does is it takes this little piece of memory or a file and it puts it in the random access memory into the RAM. Now it only has a little piece of information to search, so it doesn't take a long time. Okay? So now it's putting what you're using onto the RAM. And the hard drive still has all your files, but some of those little files have moved over to the RAM. Okay? Depending on the size of your RAM, depends on obviously how much information it can hold. But you need to remember, that RAM can fill up because your hard drive is this big and your RAM is only this big, so you need to restart your computer. Once you restart your computer, anything in that RAM disappears and you can start all over again. It doesn't delete it because your files are on your hard drive. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, we have somebody saying CPU. So that's the central processing unit. Okay? And that
processing stuff.
right. So that allows your computer to process all that information that you're working on. So you have this little CPU that does all the workings, and it calculates everything, and it does, so it's kind of like the brain of the computer, right? Some people call them brains. So you have the brain of the computer, which is the CPU, and then we have memory, which holds things that we're working on, like this video you're watching right now is in the RAM, the random access memory. And then if you save this video, it will be saved onto your hard drive. So does that make sense, kids? Or adults, or anybody that's watching?
Oh, it makes sense to me. I like it.
Yeah, so there's lots of parts in a computer. How about Jackson and Liv? Do they have any other questions? They sure are good in our chat room today.
Yeah, I love to see people on the chat room. If they want to come down here, we have people that we can answer the question.
It's great. Every week we're going to talk about different things, like how many kids are on Facebook. Obviously, you've got to be a certain age to go on Facebook, so you need to be very careful. Oh yeah. New hard drives, SSDs. Okay, so this is a little bit more tricky. But some people are going to hear all these different names with hard drives. And if you're getting into computers, it can get a bit confusing. So an SSD is a solid state drive. And the reason it's called solid state drive is there's no moving parts in it. So a regular hard drive has moving parts. Think of it as a little disc. It has a disc, and it has like a needle on it that moves around and around and around. So if you have a laptop that you're moving all the time, and maybe you drop it a little bit, it could break. A solid state drive, no moving parts, is solid. It doesn't, no moving parts at all. So the chances of that hard drive crashing and not working anymore are a lot less, although I may add, I have a solid state drive. It just crashed on me a month ago out of the blue.
Oh, no.
So it can happen. Remember that, guys. So that's the difference. A solid state drive, no moving parts. So remember that. They are more expensive because of the fact that first of all, they're new, and second of all, they have no moving parts, so they are going to be more expensive, but they are all the new thing. When you buy a computer, you're going to get a solid state drive, and they're a great addition to your computers. Hey, it sounds like we have kids in the background.
I do. I'm sorry.
Are they going to say hi or no? They don't want to say hi?
Hold on. I bring them here. Hold on.
Okay. We're going to have some kids show up. So I hope this is helping, guys. I don't want it to be too difficult. So a hard drive stores your files. Random access memory that just stores some of your files for a little bit, so it's a lot quicker to use. And then we also have modems. So you can get on the internet. That's a communication form. What else do we have inside computers? We have maybe a DVD drive so you can watch movies. Lots of different parts that are inside computers, right? So you need to be very careful with them. Oh, sounds like we have the kids. Maybe. We have Mickey, Cookie Monster. We got a lot of these guys in here this morning. I think Cookie Monster, he's got to go. Cookie's leaving. He had to go. Hello, kids. Here they come.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am fine.
Good, welcome to the show. Here he is. Hi, welcome to the show.
Which one?
It's to Savy's tech show for kids. Oh, great, we got some teddy bears there. Do you know what a keyboard is?
Yes.
What is a keyboard?
A keyboard is where you have letters and different keys.
That's right.
And you can click the keys, and there's lots of parts to it.
That's right. There are lots of parts to it. And what happens is when you click those keys, it sends a signal to your computer, and it translates it into a letter. So if I push the letter L on a keyboard, all this information goes down the lines, and it goes into the computer, and the computer, the CPU, says, that was an L. And then it puts an L on your screen. And that happens in a split second, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A split second. You can't even think about it, and it's already happened. Who are those guys you have there?
This is Kevin, and this is Ella.
Oh, nice. I'm glad
What's her name?
they stopped by. That's great.
This is Kevin, and this is Jessie.
Oh, Kevin and Jessie. Hi, Kevin and Jessie. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So Olivia had asked how a keyboard works. So I actually have I have a keyboard here, and it's a wireless one. So when I push a button on here, it sends that signal, and now this is wireless, so that's a whole other thing. There's no wire connecting it, but it sends this signal all the way to the computer, and then the computer says, oh, I know what that is. That is the letter L, or that's the letter O. And that's how it does, and it does it in a split second, and all that information's transformed, and believe it or not, kids, and anybody watching, is that the information that's sent is actually sent in numbers. So it's sent in zeros and ones. Okay?
Yeah, 00110. Oh, I don't know.
That's right, exactly. So zeros and ones and zeros, and the letter A, maybe that's the number 0010, and the computer knows that an A is a 0010. And then you've got the letter G, and that has a different number. So they're all made up of what we call bits and bytes, okay? So you have 8 bits, you got 1 bit, 2 bits, 3 bits, 4 bits, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits. I've got 8 bits, and then once I have 8 bits, I have 1 byte, right? It's a byte. So that's how computers talk to each other, bits and bytes. So if you can remember that, you're all set. The other thing...
Something.
Yeah? Did you know that before or no? You probably knew that. Did you?
Yes.
Kevin didn't know. Now Kevin knows it.
And Jessie.
And that's right. They both know it. I'm so glad they stopped by. So thanks, kids. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you guys learned something. And next Saturday morning at the same time, we're going to have our show. So we're going to have we're going to try for 10 o'clock next week. I had technical difficulties this week. But 10 o'clock next week. And, retired tech guy tells me that 1 kbyte, so kilobyte, is 1,024 bytes. Is that right, retired tech guy? That's very good information. Thanks for sharing that. Next week, we'll talk about input devices. So an input device is something like a mouse, a keyboard. We have a keyboard. That's an input device. We have a microphone. That's an input device. So we'll talk about...
And a mouse.
And what else?
A mouse.
And a mouse. I've got a mouse right here. That's an input device. Exactly. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you Virtual Savvy. She was fantastic. Hopefully next week. I think I may have it lined up. I'm not sure. Have to confirm it. But we have a virtual teddy bear next week on our show. If I can get everything confirmed, we'll have a virtual teddy bear. So if you can, kids, stop by for the show. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to see you next week. So thank you, everybody. It was a great show, and I really appreciate all the support. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, Jackson. Bye, Liv. Thanks for joining. Bye, Hi-Fi. And everybody else, Retired Tech Guy. We'll see you all next week. Thank you. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
They said bye as well.
Okay. Bye.
Wait, bye.